Welcome to Icornology and to part 1 of our English language lesson on extraterrestrials. Is there intelligent life in outer space? This lesson has been designed for intermediate and advanced English language learners who happen to be interested in this topic. Because writing in English will help you absorb the vocabulary, we encourage you to write on a sheet of paper the words shown in blue, and to answer the questions shown in green. Feel free to pause the video as needed. For your convenience and to help facilitate your learning experience, subscribers can download a PDF of the guided notes to this lesson for you to print and write on. Simply go to icornology.com/extraterrestrials. Let's begin. Notice that some of the words shown above are in blue. That means you should write them down on your sheet of paper or in your guided notes. Disclaimer, I am not an astronomer or astrobiologist, but like you, I find this subject to be interesting. Hopefully you will have fun with this workshop. Are we really alone? Reasons why we might be alone in the universe. Up to now, we've seen no scientific evidence that there's been any form of life that exists outside of the Earth's atmosphere. This makes the possibility of finding intelligent life less likely. Life appears to be fragile. To our knowledge, it takes a special set of factors for life to exist at all. It might only be able to emerge in environments that are at the right temperature range and have access to liquid water protected by various types of radiation, alpha particles, beta particles, and gamma rays, etc. Or perhaps advanced civilizations inevitably end up destroying themselves, a concept referred to as the Great Filter. The Great Filter, are we doomed? Maybe intelligent life has existed somewhere in the distant past, but intelligence leads to destruction. Perhaps the development of technology, while often beneficial to a civilization, always eventually results in the overconsumption of natural resources and the contamination of the environment which sustains it. As intelligent beings ravage their environments, they continue to expand their footprint until they have consumed their entire habitat, leading to famine and disease. E equals mc squared. Once a physicist like Albert Einstein stumbles on this universal formula, the development and proliferation of the atomic bomb might be unavoidable. Now you are going to see some questions listed in green. What does that mean? That means you should write them down on your sheet of paper or in your guided notes. Is the human race destined to be filtered out of existence? What other factors can lead to the extinction of an advanced civilization? Hint, I'll be back. What steps can be taken to ensure our survival as a species? Is it possible that some advanced civilizations have already passed through the Great Filter? Maybe we're not alone after all. There are many compelling reasons to believe that intelligent life is likely to be abundant throughout the universe. Theoretically, the universe itself is practically endless. 2 trillion galaxies in the observable universe. And there might even be an infinite number of universes, the multiverse theory. We haven't been contacted, at least not directly, because the distance between stars is so vast. In fact, our closest stellar neighbor, Proxima Centauri, is almost 4 light years away from Earth. That's almost 10 trillion kilometers. So even a starship traveling at light speed, currently the fastest conceivable speed known to humankind, would take more than 4 years to arrive here. And they would likely want to return home, which would take another 4+ years at that speed. Going at 20% the speed of light, the extent of our current technology, even a tiny unmanned ship would take about 25 years to make it there. The body of evidence is growing. Launched in 2021, the James Webb Telescope has already detected organic molecules in distant galaxies. The chemical components are building blocks of life as we know it. And there might be life forms that rely on a completely different set of building blocks. Maybe some don't rely on DNA or water, perhaps liquid ammonia, NH3 instead of H2O. It's theoretically possible for life to flourish in our own solar system, perhaps living in oceans beneath the icy crusts of several moons that orbit the gas giants. Videos of unidentified aerial phenomena have been released by the US government, might be of extraterrestrial origin. So far from the sun's rays, how would such a world stay warm enough to keep the water from freezing? What would be the source of this energy? In September 2023, web data revealed that an exoplanet in a habitable zone could have rare oceans and a possible sign of life. 8.6 times the mass of Earth, and the planet is 120 light years from us. What exactly is meant by 120 light years? According to NASA, the presence of these carbon-bearing molecules, in this case abundant methane, along with the scarcity of ammonia, could indicate an atmosphere rich with hydrogen that surrounds an ocean world. On Earth, dimethyl sulfide, DMS, is only produced by life, and the bulk of the DMS in the Earth's atmosphere is emitted by phytoplankton in marine environments. What do you think would happen if astronomers found similar chemicals on a planet in Proxima Centauri, only 5 light years from the Earth? This just in, 2025, the construction of a brand new telescope was just completed in Chile. The Vera C Observatory, which houses the largest digital camera and telescope for surveying the sky. And its images are already being released, and they're amazing. The observatory will conduct a 10-year survey of the southern sky, creating a vast time-lapse movie of the universe. And there's more. Again, thanks to the James Webb Telescope, scientists just discovered carbon in the subterranean ocean of Europa, one of Jupiter's many moons. At its closest point, Europa is a mere 628,000 kilometers from Earth, about 1/5 of 1/100th of 1% of a light year. In other words, much closer than Proxima Centauri. Europa Clipper is NASA's mission to explore Jupiter's moon Europa to determine whether its underground ocean is habitable. It was launched on October 14th, 2024, and will arrive in 2030. These are exciting times with regard to the exploration of space. What do you think we might discover before 2030? My brother's dog Bennett says it's time to take a break. It might be a good idea to rest for 10 minutes or so before starting part 2 of this workshop. See you again in a few minutes.